Meet UT Permian Basin students Ashley and Matthew St. Pierre. They're married with 2 young kids and both have full-time jobs. Coming back to school when life is full speed isn't an easy task, but it's one they took on together.
Do you want to go first?
Sure, put me on the spot.
I've been a landman in the oil and gas industry for about 15 years now, and I went through a restructure in 2020 that was separate from COVID. So I was out of work for about 15 months, and while I was out of work, I thought, I should go back to school, get my master's.
My career started right after high school. I delayed college for military service, so not a traditional student.
Ashley has earned her master's in business administration, or an MBA, and Matthew earned his bachelor's degree in industrial technology. On top of being a veteran, Matthew is also the first person in his family to earn a college degree.
It was something personal accomplishment that I wanted to do, be the first in my family to graduate with a degree, no matter what the timeline was. It was a moment where I didn't think I'd get there, but I was glad I did. So.
At UT Permian Basin, about 50% of our students don't arrive straight out of high school. They are often working full-time, raising families, and earning their degree at the same time.
Sometimes we would have big tests on the same weekends, so we would trade off kids. Maybe he would take him to the movies so I could study and vice versa.
My school day would start about 9:30 at night and go until whenever it needed to. So once you're in that mode, it was kind of the normal, but now resting is definitely enjoyable. That, like Ashley was saying, I think our children are too young to understand the sacrifices, but it was definitely worth it, I think, for our family.
Ashley and Matthew both said that UTPB was the best fit for them. Their professors were available anytime, and their coursework translated into real-world skills that benefit their careers.
I had tutoring a little bit with my professors, and they were extremely accessible. They were able to work around my work schedule to meet in person and go over stuff. I did some FaceTimes with them, so flexible, and they're honestly, genuinely very, very knowledgeable, and I learned a lot from them.
Yeah, my coursework was rigorous. I enjoyed the struggle. There's no other way of saying it, but it was definitely a challenging course load, and the material was current. I never felt like it was behind or wasn't up to date. If I'm taking it from the classroom directly to a work environment or the business space, it was as modern as it could be because it was directly applicable to what I was doing at work.
Being a non-traditional student is something UT Permian Basin President Dr. Sandra Woodley can relate to, and she's passionate about making sure the university provides the time and resources needed for all students, no matter what stage of life they're in.
Well, we love our non-traditional student population at UTPB. Myself, I took 10 years and 2 babies to make my way through to get a degree, and so it's always heartwarming to see the kind of resiliency that our non-traditional students have to come to UTPB and finish their degree while married with kids and juggling all of the things. So we are so proud of Ashley and Matthew for making their way through and getting their degree. At UTPB, we care very much about making sure that our students have the support that they need. The support for flexible classes and making sure that the professors understand the flexibility that they need to complete their degree.
The St. Pierres feel more prepared than ever to continue their careers, and they're thankful for the knowledge they've gained over the past few years.
Changing my major added probably another 30 credit hours, but for me, the industrial technology was more what I was doing. It's engineering adjacent, but it's still technical heavy, and that's kind of where my career field was going. Some of the classes were like, well, I'm really glad I'm taking this because it pertains exactly to what I'm doing at work or a project that was coming up or more real world experience. So yeah, some of the courses just dovetailed perfectly with what I was doing at the time.
Understanding the finance stuff was a big deal for me, and that's helped me a lot. So when like the technical people are talking about running numbers and things like that, I don't feel like I'm in the dark as much anymore. So that's the biggest thing for me.
And the best part? They're both walking the stage debt-free.
Okay, so for me as a non-traditional student, being a parent and a full-time employee. I picked UTPB because of the cost and the not having to travel and the ability to either take a class in person or do it from home.
I think it speaks to UTPB. The cost schedule is we were able to undertake both of our educations on one income at the time, so that definitely, it wasn't something that we thought was going to be an undue burden on our family. So that speaks to how affordable, and it was an undertaking we felt comfortable doing as a family.
2,
3. Yay! No, we're done, but it doesn't feel like we're done because we keep coming back to visit.